Yep, so people can hear me. Cool. So I'm going to talk to you guys about today why you're not losing weight. Hey, Eleanor. How are you? What day is it? Monday? Happy Monday. So I'm just going to tag a couple of people over here on Facebook. How's your day been? Facebook. I've got like a ton of notes. It's a super important topic today. Super important. Okay. Here we go. I'll tag a couple of people in here. Yeah. Hey, Eleanor, you're in our Facebook group as well, I think, aren't you? Yeah, I'm good. Thank you, girl. Thank you. Okay, so let's tag Mia, Eleanor. Let's see who else can rock up in here. Tori, I'll just tag a couple. There you go. I'll just tag 3. Okay, so today we are going to talk about why you're not losing weight, and there's going to be a little story time as well on this. So, I can see that. Basically, I've got TikTok here and I can see Facebook behind, and Facebook is lagging and it's very distracting. Okay, we're all good. Okay, yeah. So it's going to be like a little bit of a story time, and the reason I am annoyed, frustrated today, and I'm going to talk to you guys about it. I'm going to share all of this with you. I'm going to be completely honest. And basically why I'm a little bit pissed off. So I've spoken about it a couple of times before, but there's a video on TikTok that went a little bit, caught fire, basically lit up, and it's very popular at the minute. And I'm getting like a ton of comments, likes, saves, all this kind of thing, which I appreciate. Thank you. But there's also some people in there who are, let's call them bros. They are gym bros who like to give advice without really ever working with people, especially women. We are very difficult to help to lose weight compared to men. Men are fairly easy. They do lose weight easier. Women have got a ton of different other problems. So these gym bros, when they do come on and start slating my messaging, first of all, they haven't watched the full video. They haven't taken away the proper context as to what my video was about. And third, they haven't got a bloody clue. So they're in there with their ego, telling women they're just gnawing a deficit. That's why they're not losing weight. And saying that they're not tracking properly and there's this and there's that. And I think that's a really damaging message for people. It just makes them feel like shit, and that doesn't help anybody when trying to lose weight. Okay, so yes, okay, certain studies say this, and in a lab this happened, but we are not, as far as I'm aware, unless you're a conspiracy theorist, we are not in an experiment. Like, this is real life, and we haven't got these factors that are really, really controlled. We just have to literally live, and if shit hits the fan, if something comes up, then of course, it's going to be different. So Rian here has said, my thyroid doesn't work, so hormones damage my process. Exactly. I'm going to flip back to this now, actually, because I can see more topics. Yeah, exactly, though. So that's the thing. Like, I don't want to use the word men, because some men do understand. Like, Cam is very good. He understands hormones. But a lot of gym bros, they've lost a little bit of weight, they gained a bit of muscle, and whatever's worked for them must work for everybody else. So they've taken it upon themselves to damage other people's self-esteem, confidence, ability, and just basically put them down to say, well, you're shit, you can never do it, it's your fault, you're just going to be fat, you're lying. And it's a horrible thing to come across. So I am standing up for you guys. I am battling my way through the comments. If you want to go and, have my back, that's perfectly acceptable as well. I appreciate you. But yeah, exactly. Rian, thyroid is like a massive, not problem. I wouldn't say problem, a massive battle. I would say a battle. And we are going to be talking about hormones in this live actually today. So I'm going to talk to you guys about the number one reason you're not losing weight, aside from listening to gym bros who literally do not give a shit about your health, and all they care about is how much they can bench. So That's not me though. So let's have a little chat. Have you ever, and I want to know in the comments, like drop a comment, drop some love, drop something so I can see if you are picking up what I'm putting down here. Have you ever been on a weight loss journey where everything's going like really smoothly? You haven't got anything stressful going on. You know, everything's like in line. You've prepped your meals, you go into the gym, you're getting your walks, you're drinking your water, nothing is going wrong, and you're finally losing a bit of weight. You're like, yes, everything's going perfectly. Everything's going really smooth. And then, sorry, Cam's over there like coughing his guts up for some reason. Pack it in. So your weight loss is going well. And then shit hits the fan. Something happens. You get sick. Your partner gets sick. Your boss sends you an email that says that you should have done a piece of work 4 weeks ago when actually you never actually had the email. They're just going a little bit loopy. It's stress. You forget lunch. You forget dinner. Something happens. And you're like, fucking, what's the point? What is the bloody point in this? Like, I'm never going to get there. It makes you feel like unprepared. It makes you spiral. It makes you think, oh, Jesus Christ, like I'm just going to grab a McDonald's on my way home because like it's just not happening. Like, you feel like everything you have planned is gone to absolute shit. You think, what's the point? I'll never get there. You start using things like, I'm anxious, I'm overwhelmed. You start using these things like, I can't, I don't, I will never, I could never. And you start comparing yourself more to others, and everything sort of spirals. You've got less control, and then you start to eat crap because you're like, oh my God, I really need to just get some chocolate in me, or I really need to, sorry, I just keep getting invitations. No, guys, I'm not letting you join. Sorry. I'm on a rant today. Yeah, and you just like eat crap, and then you're like, oh, now I've ruined my diet because I had McDonald's at home, because I wasn't prepared, because I got really stressed out, because my boss did this, blah, 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 blah. And the problem here is not that you will never get there. It's not that life is hard. It is hard. But it's nothing that you can't handle. It's not that X, Y, or Z is happening to you. The problem is you got stressed. Okay, and stress has been proven time and time again in labs, but also outside of labs, to be the main cause of people not losing weight. And people go, well, if you're in a calorie deficit, fucking doesn't matter, you still lose weight. Doesn't happen like that, guys. I'm sorry. Because although, yes, scientifically, if you are in a deficit, sure, you should lose weight, but different things impact it. And it's not only about the science, it's about and the physiological effects of stress, of food, of a deficit, whatever you want to talk about. It's also the psychological and the real life. You know, like this is real life, guys. Shit is going to happen. So stress, if you have acute, let's talk about different types of stress. Okay. So first thing is the mind and the body doesn't know the difference between mental and physical stress. So what does this mean? If you have got an exam coming up, if you've got a deadline coming up, that is mental stress. If you've got stress with your partner, with your family, mental stress. If you've got like a demanding job where you're like throwing bricks around and that kind of stuff, that's physical stress. Going to the gym, lifting weight, physical stress. Running, physical stress. So the body perceives this in the same way. Okay, so physical and mental stress, it thinks, oh my God, I'm just stressed. It's just stress. So lots of biological things happen, lots of things change in your body when you're stressed, and it does make it more difficult to lose weight, and that's just a fact. Okay, so if you are stressed chronically, this is like when you're always stressed, ongoing. Hey Taz, thanks for joining. Typically what you'll see is you will struggle to lose belly fat. That's like a big thing because of cortisol, which is your stress hormone. Okay. If you're chronically stressed, that means you're stressed consistently. If any of you are stressed maximally all the time, that will then lead to burnout, which decreases the release of cortisol. We don't want to get to that point because you get so stressed that all of a sudden you're not stressed anymore. That is burnout. That's way past it. We don't want to go there. Let's talk about that another time. So you also have acute stress. when you are driving and someone cuts you up and you're like that is acute stress. Okay, like little snippets of stress or stressful moments, that is acute stress. So what studies have shown is that when you go through like a little bit of acute stress, you have a demand of 12% more energy. What does this mean? It means you need 12% more calories essentially there's a demand for 12% more energy. It's like, give me some energy now. There's also obviously the spike or increase in cortisol, which is that stress hormone, which makes you feel hungry. That's part of it because you're burning this extra 12%, so you need more calories. So that's what it is, guys. If you're hungry, usually, or like if let's change this. If there's a demand on calories, you're probably going to feel more hungry. That's the way to say it. It also, this acute stress also slows down your metabolism, which means that you burn less calories. So you've got this like a little bit of a battle going on here. So that then the hormones as well then impact leptin and ghrelin. So leptin and ghrelin are the two hormones that tell you whether you're hungry or whether you're full. So one obviously goes up and one goes down. So when you're hungry, you're probably not full. And then obviously it goes the other way around. If you're full, you're probably not hungry. And this is impacted by lots and lots of different things: body clock, circadian rhythm, sleep, and stress. So imagine if you've got, if these hormones are off and you're not feeling hungry, you're not feeling full and you're always feeling hungry. It doesn't matter what you eat. You're like, I'm going to have this, then that, then this. I'm going to have some chips. I'm going to have a burger. I'm going to have pizza. I'm going to have some chocolate. I'm going to have a glass of wine. And nothing is filling you. Have you ever had that when you're like a bottomless pit, where you can literally eat everything and nothing satisfies you? This could be like a hormone imbalance. So why does stress, aside from what I've just spoken about, like physiologically and biologically, we've just spoken about it, but mentally and in real life, how does stress make you not lose weight? Okay, so we've already spoken about the science, yes, the studies, blah, 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 blah. But in real life, which is what we talk about here, on the non-bro science lives, is that the first thing you're going to do is emotionally eat. You've probably been there where you've had a bit of stress. Maybe you've been like broken up with, or you've got an exam coming up. You're like, oh my God, I just can't handle this. And you just go and you just start, or you've got a deadline or something, you just emotionally eat. You're upset. You go for the ice cream. That's like, it's in films and everything. It must be true. But you emotionally eat. And you don't emotionally, I've never seen anyone emotionally eat on broccoli, I'm going to be honest, or salad. No one goes, oh, you just broke it up with me, I got to go for salad. That's probably not what's going to happen. It's probably going to be ice cream. It's probably going to be chocolate. It's probably going to be chips, something like that. The next thing is you probably will binge eat. So it's not like I'm just going to have like a couple of squares of chocolate to make myself feel better. No, you're probably eating like 4 bags of chocolate, okay? And obviously that then is going to be an increase in calories, which means that you're going to gain weight because the calorie intake is higher. Again, when you're binge eating, not on broccoli, you're probably feeling overwhelmed. You're probably, because you're stressed, you're like, I haven't got time, I can't do this. And you're probably going to go, I haven't got time to cook. I don't fancy broccoli and chicken. I'm going to go and have a McDonald's. I'm going to go and have a Shake Shack. I'm going to go and have a Burger King, whatever, KFC. You're probably going to go for fast food that you don't actually need to cook because you haven't got time. Just give me something quick. And this is also that increase, that 12%, where like, I need something now. That's that need as well. You may, not me personally, but you guys may, if you are old enough, drink alcohol. So if you're like stressed at the end of the week, you're like, oh my God, I can't wait for that glass of wine. That is then obviously going to have a negative effect on your weight loss as well. Not just because of the calories, but because you're probably going to overeat when you've got a hangover the next day. And you're probably going to have crap sleep from it. And we've already established that sleep works your hormones, ghrelin and leptin. So if they're off, then everything goes to shit. So alcohol is going to stop you from sleeping. I'm not saying don't have a drink. I'm just saying don't use it as a stress coping mechanism. The next thing is because some of you are saying, whenever I'm stressed, I lose weight. I don't eat. I haven't got an appetite. I bet some of you guys are thinking that. Faye don't know nothing. Faye's just as those pros. But actually, when you have got a low appetite, when you've got a low appetite or small appetite, when you've got a small appetite, you're probably not going to eat through the day. And then in the night, you're going to be, oh my God, I'm starving. And you're going to just engulf anything humanly possible. Okay. So I'm just picking up extra comments here. Yes. So when you skip meals, then later on in the evening, you're probably going to eat loads and loads of shit. And then obviously those calories are going to go up as well. So skipping meals means you're probably going to have poor food choices, which then is going to lead you down a bad path. You're going to exercise less because you haven't got time. You haven't got time to exercise. You're too stressed out. You're like, no, that's going to have to go in the back burner. I can't do that today. And then the calorie output goes down a little bit. And you're probably going to sleep less. You know, when you've got something on your mind, you're stressed out about it, you're like, oh my God, I cannot sleep. I'm so stressed. You're tossing, turning, thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do tomorrow? What am I going to say? I should have done that earlier. Oh my God, I should have said that in this argument. That's what happens. And that is then going to throw off your sleep, which in turn, as we've learned a couple of times today already, that's going to make it very difficult to lose weight. Okay, so what we've learned. Stress is probably why you're struggling to lose weight. But I'm not stressed. You probably are. Everybody's very stressed in this kind of day and age. Every notification we get on a phone, that's a stress signal. That's a quick stress. Like, did they like it? Was it a negative comment? Did an ex see it? You know, there's all these kind of stresses. You're getting into a car, which you can literally die in a car. You could die anywhere, but a car is it's a life-threatening place to be. But we all take it in our stride. It's a kind of day-to-day kind of thing. Emails, requests from the boss, whatever, deadlines, exams, all these kinds of things are stresses. Not to mention then if we are in a heavy calorie deficit, or if you're not in deficit, if you're eating 1,200 calories, then that is a stress on your body as well. So there's all these different kinds of stress, okay? Acute ones, like someone cutting you up in traffic, 12% more energy needed, okay? And also what happens then is when your body needs energy, it's going to stop. It's basically going to store what it can as fat. And obviously then we don't want that. Guys, I am not going into the deep science here, okay? Don't be like, oh, it doesn't store fat. It does, okay? Your energy gets stored as fat in the body to use as a later date. And this comes from cave people, if you want to know the history of it, if there was a threat outside and they couldn't leave their cave, or if winter was coming and there was like less food around, less available food, the body would store fat in order for that person to survive the winter or the threat, okay, till the tiger's gone or wherever, saber-toothed tiger. So that's a tangent, but I just wanted to give you a heads up there. Then your cortisol will spike, and that will make you more hungry because it needs the extra calories. It will also slow down your metabolism, which means it won't be pushing blood and energy to your muscles, which burns a lot of calories. Again, it'll be storing it. So you will start to burn less calories if you are stressed, especially if you're chronically stressed. And it'll impact your leptin and ghrelin levels, which are how hungry you are and how full you are. So that's what happens. And what happens from a mental, emotional, and lifestyle choice point of view: emotional eating, binge eating, fast food, drinking alcohol, skipping meals, which then leads to bad choices later on because you're starving, you can't bother to cook. You will exercise less, you'll sleep less, and then that will come back all around to add more stress, and then the cycle starts again. Okay, so it is one of those things that affect so many people. Like, I personally am very stressed. Like, it's something that I actively try to reduce. So I'm going to tell you guys, like, some of the key things that we get our clients to do each week, each day if possible, in order to help them lose weight without even thinking about dieting. Okay. So the first thing is self-care and stress release. Don't tell me going to the gym is a stress release, because it's a stress. stressor. So if you do go to the gym, you need to be lifting at like 60%. You need a really like easy session, not heavy. We don't want heavy weights, just something like easy, nice and easy. Maybe you sit on the bike and just cycle for 20 minutes or something, not a spin class. Okay, we're looking for easy, nice and light exercise. But yes, stress release, I guess, stress release. You could do what you want. You can, sex is a stress release, I guess. So if you want to do that, then that's absolutely fine. Go for that. Otherwise, things like meditation, mindfulness, going for a walk, being out in nature, journaling. These are all really easy things that you can do to help your weight loss without dieting. Self-care, stress release. Sometimes, like on the weekend, I'm going to go get my nails done. I'm going to get my eyebrows done. Wednesday, I'm going to get my hair done. Like, they're all self-care. They're time I get to kind of switch off and just relax and think, I'm doing this for me. And that feels good, because it's very rare someone else will do things for you guys. You always got to look after yourself as number one. So there's that. Exercise, I've already touched upon. Focus on sleep. So although it is very stressful, maybe you're like through the roof with stress, you do need to prioritize your sleep. And you're like, oh, I can't sleep. Okay, here's what you need to do. Get a journal, write down all the problems that's going on in your mind. Think about all the ways you can get a solution for them tomorrow. Write them down. And this is because if you're like, right, tomorrow, what I'll do is I'll go to the shop first, and then I'll send that email, then I'll meet that person. Your brain, when you try and sleep, is thinking, you need to remember all this for tomorrow. You need to remember all this for tomorrow. So if you write them down, your brain is going to be a bit more like, okay, I can switch off because I know that stuff is safe and stored on paper. So tomorrow I won't forget, unless you forget the paper, of course. So focus on sleep. Get a bedtime routine. Turn off your phone 1 hour before you go to bed. I can't tell you how many times I say this. I don't practice myself because I am trying to, but it's just very busy at the minute with work. And again, we got to sacrifice things sometimes. But focus on sleep. Reduce the amount of screen time you have. Reduce or limit your social media usage. I know this is ironic because I do this on social media. But don't eat late, don't drink late, all of these kinds. Switch off from work as early as possible, like 4 or 5 hours before you actually go sleep. Switch off from work and just do something that you enjoy. That's also a form of self-care and stress release as well, just doing something you enjoy. If you're like, oh, I don't really know, try new things. And also what you can do is think about what made you happy when you were a kid. Like, what did you used to do to have fun when you were a kid? Those kinds of things, if you can do them now as an adult, that would be great. And the last thing is plan and cook in advance. So if you are like really, really stressed, then think about it. If you have already got like planned food and cooked food and stuff, you're like, oh my God, I'm so stressed. But the food's already cooked, so you've got no excuse not to have it. Like, some days you can be like, oh, fuck it, I'm going to have a pizza. But the majority of times, like, you're basically just trying to move away as many roadblocks as possible for you to get to your goal. So definitely, like, plan and cook in advance is one of the best things that you can do to help with stress management. So I hope that has been helpful, guys. I am going to stick around for questions. So if anyone's got any questions, I'm here to answer them. I'm going to chill here for a little bit, drink my cup of tea, because I've been speaking nonstop for like 25 minutes now. My throat's starting to get like a bit thing. So yes, I hope that's helped. I'm going to pop off Facebook now. We'll stay on TikTok. But if you've got any questions, drop me a message and I will speak to you soon.